Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner. Legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Radio Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I think we can agree it's been a crazy year for everyone. And we here at Latrobe Auto Group want you to know that we're in this together and we're here for you. Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Hyrack and I'm the finance manager here at the dealership. During the past year, we've all seen some pretty crazy things. Maybe your credit's been affected by some of those things. You should know that no matter what your credit situation is, great credit, good credit, bad credit, or no credit, Latrobe Auto Group wants to be your dealer and we specialize in credit challenges. Our credit team is just waiting to put you in a new car or truck that will start building your credit today and get you moving in the right direction. No matter what you've heard, our lot is stocked with new, pre-owned, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Vehicles that not only fall in line with the bank's parameters, but your budget. So whatever's been holding you back, put it aside, come on in, and together we can make it happen.
And we're back here, folks. Thank you so much for joining us again here on the Wildcats Network. Tristan Borland on the horns with Dins, guys, for the rest of the evening. We apologize for some of the technical difficulties that we're experiencing here for the beginning of our broadcast. We are not broadcasting in the den tonight. We're actually here in the auxiliary gym at Gray Latrobe High School. So, again, a little bit of a curveball at us and our production team, but we're very excited to be here for our St. Vincent College pregame show. Check out St. Vincent College and why they are the best school to set you up for a successful career and meaningful life at www.stvincent.edu. Again, that's www.stvincent.edu. St. Vincent College, together we rise. Here, the Lady Wildcats walking to this game 3-0 so far this season. Again, riding that 3-game win streak, the win over Seneca Valley, Penn Hills, and then their last game was here against Derry, where the Lady Wildcats won the backyard brawl. They won that one 3-1, and so it just shows that on my notes here I had Lady Wildcats want to continue to build on the success from previous seasons, and let me tell you what, folks, they are doing just that. Last year, Lady Wildcats sat the number 10 seed in the WPIAL playoffs. Last season, losing a 2-3 set to Trinity at North Catholic. And then what a beautiful school to go and broadcast at. Try to grab this ball that's over here. I don't know who that is, so we'll just toss it back over. But again, Lady Wildcats are hoping to defend the auxiliary gym from the invading Penn Trafford Warriors. And Cats that are really going to stand out and help out the Lady Wildcats in defeating the Warriors is senior middle blocker Ashley Denneker. Really impressed me last season, was a real standout in the front lines for Lady Wildcats as a junior. She was a great person to step in and now really filling a void that was left by graduating seniors. A veteran anchor for the front blockers to help replace talent, as I mentioned, that the team lost last season whenever stars and veterans just like Ellie Snyder up front leaving. So it's going to be up to Denneker and all the seniors this year, the 5, Mackenzie Myers, Ashley Denneker, Kiara Mangaluzzo, Mia Myers, and Sage Ushok. Again, all seniors that are going to need to step up today. And as I was just mentioning, Kiara Mangaluzzo, it's one of the top scoring outside hitters for Lady Wildcats last season. So Lady Wildcats are going to lean on her and these other veterans to score points here in the rivalry game between the Lady Wildcats and the Penn Trafford Warriors. You see Lady Wildcats warming up right now. And while Lady Wildcats are out onto the hardwood right now, I think it would be appropriate to mention what my keys to the game are for tonight's matchup for Lady Wildcats, which is brought to us by Latrobe Auto Group. Latrobe Auto Group brought us our keys to the game and would love to bring you and your family the keys to your next ride, no matter what that happens to be, whether it's an SUV, a minivan, a sedan, a pickup truck. I know that those are very popular in this area. So, folks, if you want to get yourself a nice pickup truck, head on over to Latrobe Auto Group. Their business is located on the corner of Route 30 and 981 here in Latrobe. If you can't make it to their location, that's all right. Check out their website at www.latrobeautogroup.com. Again, that's latrobeautogroup.com to get into their inventory and check out how the Latrobe Auto Group can help you get into your next ride. Thank you, Latrobe Auto Group, for bringing us the keys to the game. The keys to the game for the Lady Wildcats that are down there on the hardwood right now is coming out fast, coming out swinging. This Lady Wildcats has a lot of really talented scorers for them. Again, as I mentioned, Kiara Mongaluzzo, Ashley Deneker up front, Mackenzie Myers on the corner, another outside hitter for the Lady Wildcats, and Mackenzie Myers actually a setter for the Lady Wildcats. She coming off of an ACL injury herself, are what the Lady Wildcats are going to lean on if they want to get a victory here over the invading Penn Trafford Warriors. For Penn Trafford coming to this game 1-3 overall. They have section play here at Greater Latrobe. Opened the season with a sweep over Penn Hills, and then they had a tough run after that, being swept by Seneca Valley and Upper St. Clair and losing 1-3 to Hampton on September 3rd. So Penn Trafford Warriors are reeling from some really, really tough games so far on their schedule. Last year, number 4 in the WPIAL playoffs, entered the playoffs as the number 6 seed, won in the first round at Bethel Park, but fell in the quarterfinals, number 3, Cannon Max. So the Penn Trafford Warriors, not anything to scoff at. I know that their record is 1-3, a losing record right now at this point in the season. But Penn Trafford's played some really talented teams, one of them notably being Upper St. Clair. Always a really great girls volleyball team out there in Upper St. Clair. So for the Warriors to lose to them, that is not really anything to really hang your head at. Lady Wildcats and Warriors getting ready now as we're about to announce the starting lineups for both teams. So, folks, I'm going to step aside real quick here on the Wildcats Network. You can stop hearing me yap. And we're going to have the national anthem and the starting lineups coming up next here on the Wildcats Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's volleyball match between your Latrobe Wildcats and the visiting Penn Trafford Warriors. At this time, will you please rise for the singing of our national anthem, sung by Izzy Kessler. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight now the starting lineups for Penn Trafford. Starting at senior libero, number 2, Casey DePalma. Senior outside hitter, number 5, Kylie Anthony. Senior setter, number 6, McLaren Senni. Senior defensive specialist, number 7, Vienna Kieran. Junior outside hitter, number 8, Rachel Ambrose. Sophomore setter, number 9, Ava Ruane. Junior defensive specialist, Sienna Colgan. Junior defensive specialist, number 12, Ella Maines. Junior defensive specialist, number 13, Elia McPherson. Senior outside hitter, number 14, Olivia Popovich. Senior middle, number 17, Cameron Piper. Junior middle, number 20, Siley Fillion. Sophomore middle, number 21, Ella McDonald. Sophomore outside hitter, number 23, Mia Prodestimo. Junior middle hitter, number 27, Mackenzie Furness. Sophomore outside hitter, number 35, Josie Schubert. The Warriors are head coached by Tracy McDonald, assistant coach Heather DePalma. And that's it. Now introducing your 2024 Lady Wildcat volleyball team. Starting at defensive specialist, sophomore, number 18, Abby Webb. Defensive specialist, sophomore, number 19, Abby Strasser. Middle blocker, sophomore, number 31, Maddie Dresch. Middle blocker, sophomore, number 21, Maggie Myers. Outside hitter, sophomore, number 30, Claire Benning. Outside hitter, junior, number 26, Bailey Onifer. Outside hitter, junior, number 2, Lizzie Hychu. Defensive specialist, junior, number 23, Carly Clark. Defensive specialist, senior, number 8, Sage Hustock. And now your Latrobe Wildcats starting lineup. Setter, junior, number 4, Bree Havrilla. Libero, junior, number 13, Peyton Ferraro. Opposite, junior, number 1, Lily Greyhouse. Middle blocker, junior, number 28, Savannah Repack. Outside hitter, senior, number 9, Mia Myers. Middle blocker, senior, number 25, Ashley Denneker. Setter, senior, number 3, Mackenzie Myers. And outside hitter, senior, number 15, Kiara Mongaluga. The Wildcats are head coached by head coach Drew Necessity and assistant coaches Kenny Rogers, Sydney Quinn, and Mirko Pantine.
And just like that, we are ready for some varsity volleyball here at Greater Latrobe High School. Folks, if you just joined us now, better late than never. Here we have just wrapped up our St. Vincent College pregame show. We're about to get started here. It is not set number 2, it's set number 1. Again, not quite sure why it says that on our scoreboard, but Lady Wildcats are ready to get going here for their second home game of the season. They opened play here at Greater Latrobe High School in the Ox Gym, not quite the Den. They started that out with a win 3-1 over Derry. We were just talking about in our St. Vincent College pregame show, one of the keys to the game. Again, our keys to the game are brought to us by Latrobe Auto Group. For the Warriors, it's shutting down the Lady Wildcats. They have a lot of scorers there for Lady Wildcats, especially those outside hitters for Lady Wildcats, really coming up with big points in the win over Derry and the win against Seneca Valley. Arguably the reason why Lady Wildcats are rolling on a 3-0 win streak right now here in 2024. So if the Warriors want to walk out of the again, I want to say the Den, but it's not the Den. It's the auxiliary gym here at Greater Latrobe High School. But again, if they want to walk away with a win here, they're going to need to shut down the Lady Wildcats up front. Both teams getting set and ready to go. Waiting on the referees here tonight to let us know that they're ready to get started. Folks, again, any technical difficulties, we apologize. This is not our usual setup. Usually, we are at the Den here with our own press box and everything all set up and ready to go for us. However, we are in a little bit of tight quarters here in the auxiliary gym. So, again, the Wildcats never apologizes for any issues we may run into. We hope to be moving back in soon, and we're on our way here at the auxiliary gym in Greater Latrobe High School, and that will be 1 point here in set number 1. Back to serve for Penn Trafford. De Palma, the senior. Lady Wildcats to respond. Down by 1 here. Good block up front. The Lady Wildcats will score. That will be a credit to Mackenzie Myers. And again, you see the sleeve on her left leg coming back from a terrible ACL injury. But thanks to the beauty of modern sports medicine, ACL injuries are really a thing of the past. And we're all tied up at 1 here, as you see in the bottom of your screen. And the serve goes out of bounds. A little bit too much sauce put on it by Mackenzie Myers. And so the Warriors up 2-1 here. Number 13. That's McPherson, the junior defensive specialist. Just barely. Good dig there. Up out of the ground by Ferraro. And now free play set up. Hard spike. Block up front. Drops down and in. As a point for the Warriors, up 3-1 here in the early onset of set number 1. At to serve once again is McPherson. Ferraro trying to dig it up again. She was only able to do it once, and now the Warriors are really rolling away here. 4-1 here in the early onset of tonight's matchup. Served by McPherson. Played by Lady Wildcats. Saved by Myers, but it goes out of bounds. Warriors capitalizing on mistakes early on. Great serve being placed by McPherson. And just as I said that serve goes right into the net. Lady Wildcats down by 3 here, have an opportunity to roll back. Mia Myers, the senior, now on the serve. That serve played by Penn Trafford. Spike comes in, dug right back up. Good play there. Miscommunication up front. Mackenzie Myers had all squared up, but Greathouse got in her way. Lily Greathouse got some playing time last season coming off the bench, but now has earned a starting spot here in Coach Volshevsky's team. And Penn Trafford extending their lead to 4 here. Punch comes in by Denneker, dug up somehow by the Warriors. And good play there by Peyton Ferraro, a junior libero for the Lady Wildcats, watching that one go out of bounds, and she's now back to serve. Lady Wildcats trail 3-6 here. It's set number 1 from the auxiliary gym. That ball sent over. Set. Hard spike to come in, played well. Punch. No, it's a nice pop there. Warriors respond. Nice touch over by the senior Mongaluzzo. Touch over, played well by the Cats, nice save. Another punch in, and just barely gets by Mackenzie Myers. Folks, let me tell you, that knee surgeon definitely knew what he was doing. Great stretch out there, and a timeout is taken, so we'll take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. We'll be right back with after these short messages coming up next. Thank you to our amazing sponsors over at St. Vincent College. A reminder, you can check out why St. Vincent College is a school for you and your young person in your life at www.stvincent.edu. Again, www.stvincent.edu. Together, we rise. Lady Wildcats trail 7-3 here. Back to serve for Penn Trafford. That's Colgan, the junior defensive specialist for the Warriors. Cats play it. Nice play by Mongaluzzo. Set up for the Warriors. That comes in and it goes out of bounds. I believe it went off the forearm of Savannah Repack. Cats trail by 5 here in the early onset of set number 1. Again, back to service Colgan. Played by Ferraro. Popped up by Grayhouse, and Ferraro just sends it over. So a good setup here on the play for the Warriors. Nice light touch over. Light touch again. Dunk back over. Lady Wildcats set up a play. Grayhouse shot comes in, and it goes out of bounds. That went off the fingertips of Cameron Piper. The outside hitter we ever noted as one of our Warriors to watch here for Penn Trafford. A veteran here on the near side, and substitutions coming on for the Lady Warriors. Coming in is number 2, Casey DePalma, the libero. And back to serve for the Lady Wildcats is Bri Havrilla. And a carry there for the Warriors. Lady Wildcats trying to roar back now, down only by 3. And back to serve again is Bri Havrilla. Havrilla sends it over. Pop up. Played by DePalma. And it's a light palm over. Played by Mongaluzzo. Pop up. Punch over. Lady Wildcats scrambling now. Light touch, but it won't go over. Mackenzie Myers trying to just put a little touch on the ball to send it over top of the net. But it drops in front of her, not enough sauce on it. Substitutions now for the Warriors. Coming on back to serve is McLaren Sensi. And right behind her is Olivia Popovich. And see on the serve, Ferraro. Nice shot over, hard spike there by Mackenzie Myers. And it goes off of Ferraro, out of bounds. And now the Warriors are in double digits here in set number 1. Sensi is back to serve again for the Lady Warriors, who again came into this game 1-3. They opened their season with a win. However, are currently on a 3-game slide and are hoping to break that here against Lady Wildcats, who earn a score there. Kiara Mongaluzzo now back to serve for the Lady Wildcats, one of the seniors who is mentioned as our cat to watch. If you are a Penn Trafford Warrior, Mongaluzzo back to serve, led the Lady Wildcats in kills last season. She sends it over. Dug up well by the Warriors. Pop over, set up, Mongaluzzo. Hard spot, good block again, and it gets a point. A big block up front for the Warriors, and a tag in now on the substitution. Josie Schubert, the sophomore outside hitter, coming on now for the Warriors. Back to serve is Kylie Anthony. Warriors holding on to a 5-point lead. Hard spike up front, saved somehow by Myers. Punch over, good block up front, kicked up high. Tapped over, somehow Warriors kept it rolling. Set up. Spike, and they're going to give that to Lady Wildcats, just barely on the line there. Latrobe down by 4 here, and back to serve as Savannah Repack, the junior middle blocker for Lady Wildcats. She sends it over, dug up on the serve, and that's an ace for the Lady Wildcats. 8-11 here in set number 1. Back to Savannah Repack again. Let's see if she continues to target the far side of the court. Pop up, out of bounds, Lady Wildcats. It's 9-11 here in set number 1. On the serve. Set up. Punched over. Lady Wildcats to respond. It's blocked up front. And sent right into the net. Lady Wildcats now only down by 1. The response by Ava Ruane went right into the net for the Lady Warriors. Cats now respond. Repack hoping to notch another point for Lady Wildcats. Tied up here in set number 1. Warriors took an early lead and are hoping to hold on to it. Big block up front on the far side there by number 25. That's Ashley Denneker. One of the seniors. She was a junior last year, and I mentioned how impressed I was with her play up front coming off the bench. And you can see why she earned a starting spot here on Coach V's team. Dug up well by Repack on the back line. And it goes out of bounds. Lady Wildcats take a lead here at set number 1. And a timeout is taken by Penn Trafford. We're going to take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have the continuation of set number 1 coming up next on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker, and this is my family, Hannah, Charlotte, and Stephen, and we welcome you to Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home, where dignity prevails.
And thank you to Lepatich Brinker Funeral Home for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. Actually, thank you to all of our sponsors here on the Wildcats Network. Folks, we remind you that it's because of our sponsors here on the Wildcats Network that we can bring these games to you completely free of charge to our viewers at home. So make sure you thank our sponsors. It's because of them that we're able to broadcast this game here from the auxiliary gym. That serve there by Savannah Repack goes out the back of the hardwood. So we're all tied up at 12 here. Shot comes in, dug up well, but it goes out of bounds. De Palma, the libero, got underneath it, but not able to square it up, so it went straight out of bounds. So the Wildcats take back their 1-point lead. Back to serve is Mackenzie Myers, a senior, who, again, we remind everybody, you look at the left leg, coming off of a terrible ACL injury. But as you can see, she's back and she's swinging for the Lady Wildcats. Off the punch by Mongaluzzo, playing on the back line for the Lady Wildcats. So tied up at 13 here, and number 13, Aliyah McPherson, goes back to serve. McPherson serves it, played. Block up front, Lady Wildcats to continue the play though. Shot comes in, and Ferraro can't get there in time, although the attempt was made. And so the Warriors retake their lead, now up by 1 here in set number 1. They had at least a 5-point lead here in set number 1. Lady Wildcats roared back. And now back to serve is Aliyah McPherson again. Mongaluzzo. And that gets sent over by Mia Myers. Spike comes in right up front. What a shot, rocketing down onto the Lady Wildcats. And now back to serve again is Aliyah McPherson. 2-point lead here, and that goes out of bounds. Good communication there for the Lady Wildcats. That's something that was tough last season for the Lady Wildcats. Whenever they made their way into North Catholic in the WPIAL playoffs, they had some communication issues. So it's great to see those issues being addressed here in the auxiliary gym at home. Good play there by Mongaluzzo to keep it alive. From the back line, blocked up front. What a play there by Ella McDonald. And she just sent that right back into the lap of the Lady Wildcats. Warriors trying to pull away here, up 2-14, or up by 2, 16-14. Back to serve is Kearns. Mongaluzzo on the spike, good block up front. Warriors send it back, saved. Mongaluzzo dug up well. Light touch over, good save by Mackenzie Myers up front. Light punch over, and Mongaluzzo keeps it going. Warriors hard spike, block up front by Ashley Denneker. Greathouse keeps it going. Punch up front. And Kiara Mongaluzzo lost it. And right now the Warriors are starting to pull away again. At one point they had a 5-point lead. And now up to 3 here in set number 1. 8 points away from taking set number 1 here. And that's the last thing the Lady Wildcats need. Miscommunication there. Some confusion on the front line for Lady Wildcats. That ball sent over by the Warriors. Played by Ferraro. Punch over by Denneker, and it's inbounds. That's the play that Coach Volshevsky drew up. Back to serve is Peyton Ferraro. The junior libero for the Lady Wildcats, who trail by 3 here. That ball gets sent over. Pop up. Good play. Mongaluzzo sends it right into the lap of the Lady Warriors. Pop up. Hard spike by Lily Greathouse, and that's going to go to the Lady Wildcats. On the net violation by the Warriors. It's Lady Wildcats crawling back into this one, down by 2 here in set number 1. 9 away from taking set number 1 is Ferraro on the serve. Just barely getting up over the net, dug up well by Kearns. Block up front! Lily Greathouse from her outside hitter position, credited with the kill there. And now the Lady Wildcats only trail by 1. Ferraro. And that gets played into the lap. That's an ace for Payne Ferraro. And the Lady Wildcats are all tied up at 18 with the Warriors. Latrobe and PT, folks, these matches, it doesn't get much better than this. It doesn't matter what the sport is, whether it's girls volleyball, boys volleyball, basketball, soccer, or even maybe some football later in the season. Won't that be a great matchup? Your Gridiron Wildcats taking on the Penn Trafford Warriors at Memorial Stadium. We'll have that broadcast here on the Wildcats Network. Hard shot coming in by Kylie Anthony. So Warriors snap the tie, and now back to serve is Colgan. Warriors are 6 away from taking set number 1 here at the auxiliary gym. And a great block there up front. Cameron Piper once again making her presence felt there in front of the net. And back to serve again is Colgan. 5 points are all that separates the Lady Warriors in taking set number 1 here in the onset of this matchup. Mongaluzzo. Saved by Piper, and it gets sent over. Ferraro. Now Greathouse, and she puts too much mustard on it. Can't get over top for the spike. And lofts it too far out the back of the court. So now 4 points are all that separates the Lady Warriors, and Coach Bolszewski takes a timeout here. So we will as well here on the Wildcats Network. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have the continuation of set number 1 here from the Auxiliary Gym on the Wildcats Network.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
Number 1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
Thank you, Bardini's Country Smokehouse, one of the longest running sponsors here on the Wildcats Network. And Alex Tash, who put on quite the display at Norwin on Friday. We still have that available on the WildcatsNet.com. Again, that's WildcatsNet.com to watch all of our previous broadcasts so far this season and last season here on the Wildcats Network. All of our broadcasts. On the serve is Colgan again. Oh, and a miscommunication once again on the Lady Wildcats. That's another point to the Warriors. And Colgan is back to serve again. Miscommunications plaguing the Lady Wildcats, and again, that's what plagued them the last season. And that serve by Colgan goes right into the net. So now Lady Wildcats have an opportunity to crawl back into this one. Only down by 3. Need 6 to pull set number 1 away from the Penn Trafford Warriors. Back to serve is number 4. That's junior Bree Havrilla. Laid by Penn Trafford. Piper, hard spike comes in, and they're going to call a net violation on the Lady Wildcats. Substitutions now coming on for the Penn Trafford Warriors. And back to serve is Sensi. And coming on to the hardwood is Olivia Popovich. Again, great to get some fresh legs out onto the hardwood for the Penn Trafford Warriors to close out set number 1. Pop up, hard spike by Deneker. Played well. Somehow kept alive by Mackenzie Myers. Oh, and lost by Ferraro. So here it is, set point here in set number 1. Warriors 24-19. Back to a 5-point lead here. And look to close out set number 1 here as we're on the set point. Mongaluzzo takes it back. Spike comes in. Can't be dug up. So that's a point for Lady Wildcats. Trail by 4 here. And Mongaluzzo's back to serve for Greater Latrobe. Yara Mongaluzzo on the serve. And that will be an ace for Kiara Mongaluzzo. The Wildcats trail by 3 here and can't give up a point. So it's up to Lady Wildcats to win set number 1. Can the senior Mongaluzzo push Lady Wildcats up here in set number 1? Warriors respond. Mongaluzzo sent over well. That's Mia Myers. And that's going to be set number 1. Penn Trafford Warriors will walk away with a victory here over the Lady Wildcats. That's going to call for a break for us here on the Wildcats Network. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I think we can agree it's been a crazy year for everyone. And we here at Latrobe Auto Group want you to know that we're in this together and we're here for you. Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Hyrak and I'm the finance manager here at the dealership. During the past year, we've all seen some pretty crazy things. Maybe your credit's been affected by some of those things. You should know that no matter what your credit situation is, great credit, good credit, bad credit, or no credit, Latrobe Auto Group wants to be your dealer and we specialize in credit challenges. Our credit team is just waiting to put you in a new car or truck that will start building your credit today and get you moving in the right direction. No matter what you've heard, our lot is stocked with new, pre-owned, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Vehicles that not only fall in line with the bank's parameters, but your budget. So whatever's been holding you back, put it aside, come on in, and together we can make it happen.
I'm proud to work with an organization that's known across the state, that's reputable. Adelphi is a place to have ample opportunities for promotion. There's nothing that Adelphi won't do for you personally and professionally. Come on in.
And we're back here at the Greater Latrobe High School Auxiliary Gym. Not the den quite yet, but I did talk, folks, to some of the people behind the scenes, one of them being Zach Hyde and the other one being Tyler Gustafson. So a thank you to our athletic department, the athletic director and assistant athletic director, respectively, for all that they do to allow us to do our job here on the Wildcats Network. I was informed, and I personally feel that this is good information, folks, that the den is still under construction. Projections are look very good. I don't want to give away any dates quite yet. Again, the projections look great. Again, I don't want to put any dates out there, but it looks great from what I've seen and from what we've been looking at so far with the incredible staff here at Greater Latrobe High School. So we hope to return to the den very shortly. Cats down by 1 here. Need to get back fast. Ferraro keeps it alive and out of bounds. So Warriors start out with another lead here. It's 1-0 here. It's set number 2. So now back to serve here again in set number 2. Not sure why our scoreboard says set number 3. The Wildcats trail by 1 set here, and again trail by 1 point. Played by Ferraro. Great house to respond, and it's out of bounds. Nobody behind the blockers to assist. So now Lady Wildcats are tied at 1 here. Mia Myers back to serve for Greater Latrobe. Played by Warriors. Good punch over and can't be dug back up. That is a point there for Josie Schubert. The sophomore outside hitter for the Warriors coming in clutch there. So Warriors up 2-1 here. Ferraro. Played by Mongaluzzo. It's blocked up front. I believe that's Ella McDonald. It's going to be credited with the block there up front. And the Warriors right now rolling 3-1 here. We got out to such a quick start here for set number 2. I almost forgot to mention, folks, set number 2 is brought to you by Bardini's Country Smokehouse in Crabtree. Bardini's Country Smokehouse is one of the longest standing sponsors of the Wildcats Network. That's a kill there for the Lady Wildcats. And substitutions coming in now. Ashley Denneker is stepping off the hardwood. Coming on now, Savannah Repack. coming in as a middle blocker for the Lady Wildcats. So thank you, Bardini's Country Smokehouse, for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. Folks, with Labor Day over, the rest of the holiday season is just right around the corner. I don't know a lot of people that do a lot of grilling for Halloween, but I do know that getting Bardini's meats for all of your holiday needs is very popular in the area. So make sure you check out Bardini's Country Smokehouse, again located in Crabtree. For all of your meat needs, Bardini's has you covered. Another kill there for the Warriors. Score is 4-2 here in set number 2. Back to serve for Penn Trafford is number 10. That's Colgan. On the serve. Played. Hard spike by Greathouse. Somehow dug up by the Warriors block. Played. Hard spike, and it goes out of bounds. That was a great save there on the back line for the Warriors, but all for naught. And so now Peyton Ferraro, I believe, is back to serve. Nope. Substitution will go back to serve. That's Bria Vrilla back to serve again for the Lady Wildcats. And now the serve. That's an ace for Lady Wildcats and Bria Vrilla. It's 3-5 here. Lady Wildcats trail by 2 here in set number 2. Fresh legs coming onto the hardwood now. Again, that's Popovich. And back to serve is Sensi. My apologies, it was not an ace for Havrilla. It went as a point for the Warriors. Wildcats dish it. Set hard spike, block up front by Savannah Repack. Oh, and that shot comes in and just barely gets by the libero on the back line. So Ferraro is unable to get underneath that one. She's had multiple great digs. They get Lady Wildcats out some tough spots, but now Lady Wildcats trail 6-3 here in set number 2. After giving up set number 1, shot comes in, and I think they're going to give a net violation. That is correct. Net violation on the Lady Wildcats. Warriors are rolling now up to a 4-point lead. And now the serve. Set up. Punch over by Mongaluzzo, and that ball looked like it was going to head out of bounds. Oh, and Ferraro can't get there in time. That ball landing just outside of her reach. She was left alone to defend on the back line. A timeout is taken by Coach Volshevsky and the Lady Wildcats. So, but again, I don't think I gave Gary Bardini enough of a shout out here on the Wildcats Network. So we're going to keep it here for this break and continue to talk about Bardini's Country Smokehouse and how they partnered with the Wildcats Network. Again, a reminder, folks, Bardini's Country Smokehouse was one of the first sponsors here on the Wildcats Network. It's because of Gary Bardini, and a reminder to the viewers at home that allowed me to get to do this incredible job, a job that I dreamed about doing since my days at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania. So thank you to Gary Bardini and to the viewers at home and all of our sponsors here on the Wildcats Network. Without you guys, I wouldn't be allowed to be here and to do this job that I love doing so much here at the Auxiliary Gym at Greater Latrobe High School. So thank you again to all of our viewers and to Bardini's Country Smokehouse, who brought us set number 2, which Lady Wildcats are now off and roaring, and that's a point. Lady Wildcats score. They're going to credit that one to Savannah Repack, the junior. Mongaluzzo back to serve. Eight to 4 is the score. That serve, miscommunication, but somehow the Lady Warriors are able to send that ball into play. Repack, and they're going to call it in bounds. Lady Warriors treated like the send over from Repack was out of bounds, but just barely staying in. And so now that's Mongaluzzo back to serve. 8-5 is the score. Lady Wildcats trail by 3. That ball sent over. Pop up, punched over, and it's in bounds. Cameron Piper with a good send over. And now joining Piper up front is the outside here. That's Josie Schubert, the junior, who has multiple kills for the Lady Warriors, now coming in. Shot comes in, blocked. What a block up front, all alone is Savannah Repack stepping up as the middle blocker for Lady Wildcats. She was left out to dry on that defensive play, but she comes in big, and substitution now coming on for Peyton Ferraro is Ashley Denneker, who I mentioned is a cat to watch on our St. Vincent College pregame show. Kiara Mongaluza showing her excitement for that ball going out of bounds, and Lady Wildcats are crawling back in. It's 7-9 here. Cats trail by 2. Kiara Mongaluza reminding her teammates that they need to tighten the game back up. And they're going to call that in. That's another ace for the Lady Wildcats. Savannah Repack coming alive here at set number 2. The Wildcats only trail by 1 here. In set number 1, they trailed by 5. Were able to crawl back and actually take a lead, but then were unable to hang on to it. Schobert, Mongaluza. Punch comes in, and I believe they're going to call it inbounds. Mia Myers, from her outside hitter spot, drops it in just barely in bounds, and I thought it looked good as well. All tied up at 9. Pop up. Schobert. Mongaluzo. Myers. And it's out of bounds. Latrobe taking a lead here for the first time in set number 2. Savannah Repack back to serve again. Her serve now. Dug up by La Palma. Played by Repack, sent over by Avrilla. And they're going to call a net violation on the Lady Wildcats. So that's a point now for the Warriors, all tied up at 10. And back to serve is La Palma, or De Palma. Ferraro trying to chase it down. And the Warriors take back their lead. They're now up by 1. It's 10-11. And De Palma now back to serve again. Played by Ferraro. And that ball was sent back over by Ashley Denneker, the senior, up front. But it goes out of bounds. And De Palma will serve again for the Warriors, who now have a 2-point lead. Oh, what a shot from Piper, but he gets blocked by the net. Played by the Cats. And that ball unable to be dug up on the back line by Bree Havrilla. And so right now the Warriors starting to reestablish their dominance here in set number 2. 13-10 here. They had a 5-point lead at one point. The miscommunication, but De Palma will send the ball back over for the Warriors. Played up top by Mia Myers. Ferraro to Myers again. And that's going to be a point for Lady Wildcats. They're going to give that one to Mackenzie Myers, who goes back to serve. And again, her play on the hardwood has been very impressive considering her return from that rough ACL injury. My sources being Richard Hillwig saying that was either a partial or complete tear of the ACL. So good to see her back up and moving around. And again, playing well. She's been all over that hardwood for the Lady Wildcats, not afraid to make physical plays when she needs to. A serve by the Warriors. Denneker, and it's inbounds! Great play there by Ashley Denneker to send it on the back line. Cats trail by 2. Back to serve is Mia Myers. Nice punch over. Lady Wildcats definitely were not ready for that one. Great house, it's blocked and out of bounds. The combined play of Ella McDonald, and I believe that was Schobert with her. So back to serve is Mia Myers again for the Lady Wildcats. It's a 1-point game. That ball sent over. Set up. Hard shot comes in. Ferraro digs it up. Mongaluzzo, and that's a point for the Warriors. As the block up front went right back into the lap of Ashley Denneker. Substitutions now coming on for the Warriors. Schobert is sent off. Vienna Kearns back to serve for the Penn Trafford Warriors. And her sub goes right into the net. The Wildcats trail by 1. Back to serve is Ferraro. And again, folks, as I mentioned, we are in the auxiliary gym for the foreseeable future for the Lady Wildcats varsity volleyball team. But we are hoping that the Lady Wildcats will be able. That's a point for the Wildcats. They are hype over there on the Wildcats side of the hardwood. But again, Lady Wildcats, we're hoping to be back in the den very shortly. Again, construction on the new hardwood in the den is coming along greatly with some, from what I've heard, some great and much needed additions in terms of the lighting. So the Wildcats Network waits feverishly for the den to be back in business. Substitutions coming on now onto the hardwood for the Warriors. Back to serve is Colgan. Their serve goes right into the net. All tied up at 16 here. And substitutions now. De Palma now onto the hardwood. Back to serve for the Lady Wildcats is Bria Vrilla, who comes on now for Lily Greathouse. Vrilla on the serve, one of the veterans here on the Lady Wildcats varsity volleyball roster is Bria Vrilla. Shot comes in, Mongaluzzo! And now Lady Wildcats take back the lead. Kara Mongaluzzo, as I mentioned, was one of the top scorers for the Lady Wildcats last season. She shows right there. And Avrilla's back to serve. Set up. Shot comes in. Block! Poked up front. That's a play for the Penn Trafford Warriors. I thought that was going to be a net violation with a reach over top. But my spot down here on the hardwood isn't as good as it usually is up in my little crow's nest in the den. So all tied up at 17 here. Warriors have Sensi back to serve. Mongaluzzo dug up well by the Warriors. Miscommunication on the back line. Mia Myers and Peyton Ferraro. So now back to service Sensi again. Lady Wildcats give up their tie. Warriors take a lead. Ferraro. Mongaluzzo, and that's going to be a point for a net violation on Lady Wildcats. Warriors now up by 2 here and are 6 away from taking set number 2. Sensi on the serve. Mongaluzzo. Pop-up Warriors. Kept alive. Sending it. Pop-up. Hard spike. Lady Wildcats keep it alive, though. Oh, what a digging save there by Kearns. Mongaluzzo blocked up front, and that's a point for the Wildcats. A block by Piper does not go the way of the Warriors. And substitutions now being made. Coming onto the hardwood is Ava Ruane. Back to serve is Kiara Mongaluzzo for the Lady Wildcats. Cats trail by one. Ace for Kiara Mongaluzzo. All tied up at 19 here for the Lady Wildcats. Mongaluzzo to serve. Dug up. Sent over. Block up front by Piper. Dug up by Mongaluzzo on the back line. And Mackenzie Myers. Her shot comes in and is dropped down right in front. And a timeout is taken by head coach Tracy McDonald. And we're going to take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. When you come back, we're going to have the continuation of set number 2 here from the auxiliary gym at Greater Latrobe High School. We'll be right back.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
And we're back here from the auxiliary gym here at Greater Latrobe High School. The continuation of set number 2, Lady Wildcats have a 1-point lead. Kiara Mongaluzzo is back to serve right now for the Lady Wildcats. Mongaluzzo on the serve. And that ball sent over and stays in bounds. That's a point for the Warriors. All tied up at 20 here. 5 points are all that separate these two teams from taking set number 2 for the Warriors. They'll be one step closer to the sweep. They so desperately want to snap their 3-game losing streak. Sent over, kept alive. Mongaluzzo poked at the line. And that's a point for the Wildcats. Carry there called on Kylie Anthony. And the frustration for Anthony starting to show. Back to serve now is Savannah Repack. Dug up by DePalma. Lady Wildcats with a 1-point lead here. Miscommunication on the back line. Kenzie Myers! And they're going to give that to the Cats. They're going to say DePalma got a hand on it. Lady Wildcats need 3. And a timeout taken by the Penn Trafford Warriors again, but we just took a timeout, folks, so we're going to stay here on the Wildcats Network. Just a little update on the schedule for the Wildcats Network. The next game for our broadcast will be tomorrow night at Rossi Field, where the varsity girls soccer team will be hosting Norwin. Our St. Vincent College pregame show will start at 6:45 at that game, with the starting kickoff at 7 o'clock, again from Rossi Field. So we hope to have all of you back for that broadcast. Again, very excited to go to Rossi Field. Always a grand time broadcasting from Rossi Field here at Greater Latrobe High School. Then on Thursday, Wildcats Network hits the road. And we head on over to Panther Stadium for the Varsity Boys soccer game at Panther Stadium, where the starting kick is scheduled for 7:30. Pop up, trying to be dug up there by Mackenzie Myers. And it hits the hardwood. Again, Myers coming off of a tough ACL injury, but clearly it's not bothering her. Cats lead by 1 here. Oh, and that's an ace for the Warriors, all tied up at 22. DePalma now back to serve. And a timeout taken by Coach Volshevsky. Now we will take a timeout here on the Wildcats Network and step aside for some of our incredible sponsors. We come back. We're going to have the continuation of set number 2 here on the Wildcats Network. We're back here on the Wildcats Network. Cats tie with Warriors here in set number 2, 22-22. And number 2, that was Casey DePalma, who sent that ball right into the net. So the Wildcats are 2 points away from taking set number 2 here from the auxiliary gym at Greater Latrobe High School. Kenzie Myers, dug up by Schubert. Sent over, dug up by Mongaluza. Mia Myers. That ball sent over, and miscommunication on the back line again. Peyton Ferraro getting in the way of Kiara Mongaluzo. And now back to serve. Tied up at 23 here. Kept alive by Lady Wildcats. Mackenzie Myers sends it over. Light touch played by Mia. Ashley Denneker with the finesse. Schubert blocked, but the Great Wall of Greater Latrobe can't keep it over. And so this is set point for set number 2. Last time the Warriors were there was back in set number 1, and they were able to capitalize on it. Back to serve is McPherson. And Lady Wildcats want to tie it up here. And letting it go out of bounds. Smart play there by the veteran, Kiara Mongaluzo. So now we're all tied up here. Lady Wildcats need to win by 2. So 26 is what we're aiming for. Mia Myers. Pop up. Hard spike. Block up front. Myers, that ball played. Kept alive by the Warriors. Dump off. Points for Penn Trafford. Ella McDonald able to score there, but the Warriors need one more. Cats need to draw it tight. Vienna Kearns back to serve. Pop-up. Sending it over, kept alive, and it's out of bounds. Draw back to 25, folks. Both teams now need 27. To take set number 2 at this point, it's mind games. Usually, I have found in my career here, broadcasting for the Wildcats Network, if you can win a long set, that your team is usually able to walk away with a victory. Here, it's all mind games. That's a point there for the Warriors. DePalma steps off. Coming in now for blocking up front is Cameron Piper. Back on the service, McDonald, and taking set number 2 on the ace. are the Penn Trafford Warriors. And that will do it for set number 2 here on the Wildcats Network. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the third and what could be the final set from the auxiliary gym here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker, and this is my family, Hannah, Charlotte, and Stephen, and we welcome you to Latrobe Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. Latrobe Brinker Funeral Home, where dignity prevails.
Hello, I'm Maria Graziano Bickerstaff, President of the Greater Latrobe Partners in Education Foundation. The foundation ensures the highest level of education innovation supporting GLSD students, faculty, and staff. The foundation strives to provide educational opportunities for all students in grades K through 12. We believe students should have what they need to reach their full potential. Give, build, grow. Every student, every day.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Welcome to Ligonier Valley Learning Center Incorporated, where little hands do big things. For 38 years, Latrobe Kinder School has provided a continuum of quality services which promotes the emotional, behavioral, educational, and physical development of children. We've used a research-based curriculum that will help your child grow academically and socially. Guidance from our expert teachers, combined with our state-of-the-art play areas, will build your child's brains and bodies. Latrobe Kinder School provides high-quality pre-K education for 3- and 4-year-old children at no cost to qualifying families through the pre-K counts. Our enrollment is always open. Visit our website, LigonierValleyLearningCenter.com, to apply today.
Welcome back here on the Wildcats Network. Lady Wildcats lose set number 2 to the Penn Trafford Warriors, and even though we just had a couple of commercials, we wanted to come back as we get ready for set number 3, even though it's not up on the scoreboard quite yet, to thank our sponsor for set number 3, and that is the Latrobe Bulletin. For just 65 cents a day, you and your family can keep up with all of the news here happening in the Ligonier Valley, whether it is Ligonier Valley or Derry or here in Latrobe. You can keep up with all the news that you need to start your day. And one of the perks to our partnership with the Latrobe Bulletin is that we also send them a graphic that has all of our upcoming broadcasts for the week of the Bulletin. So, folks, make sure you check out the Latrobe Bulletin. Sign up if you haven't for all of the amazing work that they do over at the Latrobe Bulletin. And thank you, Latrobe Bulletin, for sponsoring the Wildcats Network and allowing us to do the job that we love to do so much. Not only myself here on the mic, but also Mr. Richard Hillwig on the camera. Your man, my man, everybody's man, the Richard. Again on the camera for us tonight from Greater Latrobe High School. So we're back at it again here with set number 2. And that will start out with a point here Here in set number 3, Lady Wildcats lead 1-0 here after giving up the first 2 sets to the Lady Warriors. Set up, hard spike by Denneker. It's blocked by the Warriors, and that's dumped off. That's Alan McDonald for the Warriors. And now back to serve for Penn Trafford is number 13. That's McPherson. And her serve goes right into the net point. Lady Wildcats score 2-1 here in set number 3. Back to serve for Lady Wildcats. It's Mia Myers. Set up. And unable to corral it there was Ava Ruane. So that's another point for Lady Wildcats, 3-1 here in set number 3. Now the serve. Pop up. Hard spike comes in, drops right in front of Ferraro. 3-2 now, and this is the score. And that ball goes out of bounds. 4-2 now the score. That ball played by the Cats. Goes out. Played well. Pop up. Hard spike. That ball stumped over. Dug up by DePalma. 4-2 still the score here in set number 3. Oh, good block there up front. Cats scrambling. Oh, in the back by Mia Myers goes right into the net. And Warriors currently leading 2-0. Cats lead by 1 right now. And I think the tempo has been discussed between the Lady Wildcats. This is it. If they don't want to get swept at home against a longtime foe and rival. Good dump off behind the head there. Fancy play by Ava Ruin. All tie up at 4 here in set number 3. Ella Maines back to serve for Penn Trafford. Ferraro to Myers. Dump off by Mongaluzzo. Spike comes in, out of bounds, point Lady Wildcats. A shot came in by Kylie Anthony. Well, has 2 fingers wrapped on her left hand. Definitely got to be feeling the pain there. Good on her. Some tough cookies out here for both teams. Back on the serve, that was Bria Vrilla. Oh, nearly a dump off point, Lady Wildcats. Rolling her ankle there. In a lot of pain is Mackenzie Myers. So we're going to, out of respect for the young Wildcat, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these short messages.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin
From Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
We're back here, folks, on the Wildcats Network. Mackenzie Myers is up and moving. She was holding her ankle, and that point goes to the Lady Wildcats. Calling for a net violation here on the near side. I believe they called that on Piper. So Lady Wildcats 7-4. Again, 6-4 here. Number 4 for Lady Wildcats, Bria Vrilla back on the serve. Set up, hard spike, and it goes out of bounds. Lady Wildcats back up 7-4. Bria Vrilla now on the serve. Set up. Dump off behind the head. That's the second time Ava Ruane has done that. Showing the smooth moves for the Lady Warriors. Big substitution change here for the Warriors. Sensi, Popovich, and De Palma now onto the hardwood for the Lady Warriors. And sent over by Sensi. Avrilla. Oh, Mackenzie Myers and De Palma got a hand on it. That ball was going to go out of bounds. But putting a hand on it, Lady Wildcats 8-5 here in set number 3. Avrilla on the serve. Dug up by De Palma. Pop up, dump off, dug up. That ball sent over. Pop up, trying to punch it over. Our Lady Warriors, and it's out of bounds. On the loft by Lady Wildcats. I thought that Kylie Anthony got a hand on it, but clearly she did not. Josie Schoberg coming on now to the hardwood for the Lady Warriors as Vienna Kearns takes a seat. Kylie Anthony sending it over. Ferraro tried to dug it up, but it went out of bounds. Warriors trying to crawl back into this one. It's 7-8 here in set number 3. If the Penn Trafford Warriors do win this set, they will have swept the Wildcats in their first matchup of the season. The Wildcats trying not to stave that off. The blockers up front for the Warriors doing the heavy lifting so far this evening. And that's a point there, Mackenzie Myers. After taking a rolled ankle not too long ago, is up and hopping around. Peyton Ferraro now tags out, and Ashley Denneker comes in for the middle block for Lady Wildcats. Savannah Repack back on the block, or back on the defense. Dump off, block up front by Denneker, but I don't think she was ready for it. And that's a point for the Warriors, trailing 9-8 here. De Palma, pop up, Ferraro. Ferraro is out for a minute, allowing Savannah Repack to step in, but Ferraro is back in at the libero on the back line. Schober doing a great job up front. She lets that one go out. She was able to dig down and get underneath it, but couldn't send it back in the Cats' territory. And so now Lily Grayhouse tags out with Bria Vrilla. Grayhouse now taking position as an outside hitter, opposite of Mia Myers. Mackenzie now back to serve. She sends it over with a tough look on her face as she scores an ace. Cats up 11-8 here. Again, you saw the look on her face, contorting and a little bit of pain there. She now serves. Right into the net. Mackenzie Myers sent that one into the net, and the Warriors are now only down by 2 here. Elia McPherson back to serve for the Penn Trafford Warriors. Just barely getting over the net. And somehow Peyton Ferraro was able to get the back of her hand on it. But no Cats were able to rally to get to it. I believe that Lily Grayhouse was the one expected to get it. And the serve there by Elia McPherson goes off the net. So now back to serve is Mia Myers for the Lady Wildcats. Sends that ball over. Pop up. Light loft over there by McDonald. Pop up. Schobert. And Grayhouse does make the block, but can't get it back over into Warrior territory. So now Vienna Kearns comes onto the hardwood now for the Lady Warriors as they trail only by 1 here. Kearns right into the net. Lady Wildcats 13-11 here in set number 3. That ball sent over. Pop up. Lofting that ball. Block up front by Grayhouse. Mongaluza dug up though. Stave still running for it and out of bounds. Mia Myers was able to dig it up, but Mongaluzo and Mia Myers were unable to send it back into Warrior territory, so they still only trail by 1. Ella Maines back to serve with a plug in her nose. Believe me, folks, as a wrestler, I've been there. Those plugs are not comfortable. That ball sent over by Lily Grayhouse, but it goes out the back of the field of play. So Ella Maines is back there to serve, and I frankly, folks, think that the nose plug makes her look tougher. Big fan of the nose plug over here, as I'm a veteran of them as well. And Savannah Repack on the kill there. And Grayhouse tags out now. Onto the hardwood comes Bria Vrilla. Coach Volshevsky doing a great job of keeping fresh legs on the hardwood for the Lady Wildcats. Back to serve is Vrilla. Now the serve. Pop up. No, good dump there by Ruane. And the shot there by Mackenzie Myers does not go off of a Warrior. So we're all tied up here at 14. As it seems like Sensi, McPherson, and DePalma come onto the hardwood. Now that seems to be the line there. You know, when there are substitutions made, that group seems to come on and off together. And the block up front for the Warriors, not enough. Lady Wildcats take a lead back. Sensi tagged out. Coming back onto the hardwood is Ava Ruane, who has done magic up front for the Warriors from her outside hitter position. Back to serve is Mongaluzo. And her serve is out of bounds. Chiara Mongaluzo did a great job in the last set in serving, but let that one get away from her. And the tag out. Kearns comes off. Onto the hardwood now is Josie Schobert. Oh, and that's an ace there on the serve from Kylie Anthony. Warriors take a 1-point lead here. Cats led for the entire set up to this point, and they lost it. Pop up, Mongaluza, dump off, and unable to keep a hold of it, and slow to give up, and acting a little ginger on that left leg is Mackenzie Myers. And a timeout is taken by Coach Volshevsky. So we're going to take a quick timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. We'll be right back after these short messages from the auxiliary gym at Greater Latrobe High School.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
#1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
We're back here at the auxiliary gym at Greater Latrobe High School. Lady Wildcats trail 17 to 15 here after leading for the entirety of set number 3, or at least up to this point. Mia Myers, and that goes out of bounds. A good block up front, but all for naught. Now Savannah Repack goes back to serve. And a reminder as we start to enter the waning hours of this matchup tonight, or what could be the waning hours, as the Lady Wildcats now tie it up here at 17. I better watch my mouth, folks. Lady Wildcats aren't done yet. Repack on the serve. DePalma, pop up. Schobert, dug up by Mia Myers. Miscommunication, Mongaluza sends it over. Oh, and it's not corralled. Lady Wildcats score there, 18-17. As I was mentioning, our next broadcast is tomorrow night for girls soccer here from Rossi Field when they take on the Norway Knights. You'll be able to watch that broadcast from YouTube. Another point for Lady Wildcats, 19-17. A timeout is taken, but we'll keep it here as I'm trying to talk about our schedule coming up. Again, the Lady Wildcats, or the Wildcats Network, again, will bring you Lady Wildcats soccer from Rossi Field tomorrow night, with the start of that game to be at 7 o'clock. St. Vincent College pregame show at 6:45. You can catch all that action both on our Facebook, on our YouTube page, and also on our website at wildcatsnet.com. Again, wildcatsnet.com. To not only watch our broadcast, but also keep up with our schedule. We always keep that schedule up to date. We recently updated it to include all the varsity boys ice hockey games that we intend to have on the Wildcats Network. We may add some, we may remove some, just kind of depends on how the schedule looks. Schobert can't get it to be sent over. Dumped off, Repack. Avrilla, Mia Myers. Schobert again, block up front by the Great Wall of Greater Latrobe. Dug up by Repack again, and that's a net violation on the Cats. Points to the Warriors, now only trail by 1 here. The Palma's back to serve, but again, girls soccer tomorrow. Boys soccer from Panther Stadium on Thursday, and then we have the next chapter of the Route 22 rivalry continuing on Friday. Wildcats open section play on the road against the Franklin Regional Panthers, who are coming off of a tough loss to Upper St. Clair. I believe they lost that game 42-7. So catch the gridiron Wildcats here on the Wildcats Network. De Palma's back to serve. Warriors tie 19-19. Set up. Mongaluzo can't get it over. Warriors take the lead back and are 5 points away from sweeping the Lady Wildcats here at home. De Palma now back to serve. Mongaluza gets away from her. Avrilla and Mongaluza gets lucky there on the save. Pops up. Denneker, and it's out of bounds. Neck and neck, just like it was in the last set. So now back to serve is Mackenzie Myers. Lady Wildcats and Warriors are tied up at 20. Both need 5. Cats to force set number 4. Need a button down and lock it up. Sent over. It's not sent over. I spoke too soon. Olivia Popovich. From the far side of the hardwood, King couldn't get underneath it. And now Mackenzie Myers is back to serve. Mackenzie Myers. Cats need 4. Set it up and out of bounds. Tied up at 21 again, and now it's up to the Warriors. Substitutions coming on now to the hardwood for the Penn Trafford Warriors. It's Elia McPherson, the defensive specialist who started on the hardwood for the Lady Warriors, back to serve. Pop up, hard spike, and it's dished out of bounds. Lady Warriors take a lead here. Well, that's been the story so far tonight. Lady Wildcats struggling to hold on to leads. Pearson. The Myers connecting. Up, spike, kept alive. Now Ferraro to Mia Myers. Pop up. Nice play by the Warriors, keeping it going. Sent over by Ashley Denneker, trying to dump it off. Sending it. It's blocked! Lily Greathouse! Not ready to go home yet. Tied up at 22. Now on the serve, it's Mia Myers. Pop up. Sent over. And it's out of bounds. Lady Wildcats now only 2 points away from forcing set number 4. And a timeout gets taken. So we'll take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. We'll be right back after these short messages. Coming up next on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Jason Brinker, and this is my family, Hannah, Charlotte, and Stephen, and we welcome you to Lapadich Brinker Funeral Home. Located on the corner of Weldon Street and Lincoln Avenue, we've been family-owned and operated and serving Latrobe and beyond since 1958. Whether you're pre-planning your own arrangements or celebrating a loved one's life well lived, we offer traditional and green burials, cremation, and aftercare services. Allow our family to walk with yours on one of life's most difficult journeys. Lapadich Brinker Funeral Home, where dignity prevails.
Thank you to Lapadich Brinkner and the Lapadich Brinkner Funeral Home. An incredible business located here in the beautiful town of Latrobe. Lapadich has been a cornerstone here in the community for as long as anyone can possibly remember. And we are honored to be one of his many, for have him as a sponsor here on the Wildcats Network. Dump off, pop up. Myers, played by Greathouse. It's bobbled. Warriors trying to keep it alive and not force a set point. Lady Wildcats would love it. Mongaluzzo sent right into the lap of the Warriors. And Kylie Anthony couldn't get it over. Well, Mongaluzzo sent right into the lap of Anthony. I didn't think that they would be able to wrestle back from it. Now it's set point. This to force set number 4 for the Lady Wildcats. Mia Myers dug up well there by Anthony. Laid over. Myers. Mongaluzzo blocked up front. Ella McDonald standing tall in front of the net, sending that ball right back into the hardwood. Warriors are ready to go home. That ball sent over, and Lady Wildcats force set number 4 from the auxiliary gym. So with that, we're going to step aside to hear from more of our incredible sponsors here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have extra varsity volleyball here on the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Radio Latrobe starts out the evening with a Penn from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I think we can agree it's been a crazy year for everyone. And we here at Latrobe Auto Group want you to know that we're in this together and we're here for you. Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Hyrak and I'm the finance manager here at the dealership. During the past year, we've all seen some pretty crazy things. Maybe your credit's been affected by some of those things. You should know that no matter what your credit situation is, great credit, good credit, bad credit, or no credit, Latrobe Auto Group wants to be your dealer and we specialize in credit challenges. Our credit team is just waiting to put you in a new car or truck that will start building your credit today and get you moving in the right direction. No matter what you've heard, our lot is stocked with new, pre-owned, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Vehicles that not only fall in line with the bank's parameters, but your budget. So whatever's been holding you back, put it aside, come on in, and together we can make it happen.
Thank you to Latrobe Auto Group, not only one of the longtime sponsors here on the Wildcats Network, but also the sponsor for our Keys to the Game segment in our St. Vincent College pregame show. As mentioned, the keys to the game for the Warriors was to try to shut down the Cats' offense. They did that for the first 2 sets. I was just, due to my situation here, I think you guys can see me there on the bottom left of your screen. Yeah, you can see my big old head down there on the bottom left of the screen, but I'm able to hear from down here on the hardwood, Kaylee Anthony letting her teammates know that this is it. You know, she's ready to go home. The senior is ready to win. Lady Wildcats hoping they're going to have to force set number 5. They're going to have to perform the reverse sweep, which is not easy. In varsity volleyball, a reverse sweep, you really have to just crush your opponents and just outwork them in every way for the reverse sweep. But the Lady Wildcats look to do it here as we get set for set number 4. Mia Myers on the serve. I'm sorry, that's Mackenzie Myers on the serve. Oh, and Mongaluzzo somehow able to take that one up from the depths. Oh, Myers, that ball was going to go out of bounds, and Mia sends it over. Shot comes in, and a block from the Great Wall of Greater Latrobe sets the Wildcats up to take the first set points here in set number 4. Again, as you can see on our scoreboard, Warriors lead the set 2-1 here in set number 4. Set up and right into the net. That will go the way of the Warriors. That ball sent over. Hop up, dish, Schobert. Anthony, and they're going to say that ball was inbounds. And so the Warriors taking a 1-point lead here in set number 4. Back now to serve is Elia McPherson. Mongaluzzo to Myers. Greathouse, that one somehow dug up. Mongaluzzo. Denneker blocked. And sent over by Mia Myers, kept alive by DePalma. What a scramble here from both teams. Greathouse now kept alive. Schober with the finesse and the miscommunication. And now your Penn Trafford Warriors take a 2-point lead here. Mongaluzzo was the cat that was supposed to step up to make the play. Oh, unable to take that one up is Kylie Anthony. So Cats now only trail by 1 here. Substitutions coming on now for the Lady Wildcats. Denneker steps off the hardwood. And Savannah Repack. No, my apologies. At least she was supposed to step on, but Denneker stays on. And there was too much movement for Lady Wildcats. They were not set for the serve. And the referee stating that there was a miscommunication. Cats were not set for their serve. Coach Volshevsky wanting an explanation. And the explanation now coming from the far side referee. And again, everybody understands. Lady Wildcats are not set for their serve, so Cats give up a point to the Warriors. And now get to serve, but I guess they'll make that point back up. As the serve by McPherson goes out of bounds. And I see now the second line for the Warriors getting ready to come onto the hardwood there behind the bench. Ferraro on the serve. Dug up. That ball sent over. Pop up. Oh, Mongaluzzo, but had too much sauce on it. And even though Mackenzie Myers said that one of the Warriors had a hand on it, they're still going to give that one the way of the Warriors. So now a serve by the Warriors. Dump off there. Multiple times we've seen that dump up there by Rain. And that's a point for Lady Wildcats. Lily Greathouse getting that point there. Substitutions now coming on for the Lady Warriors. That's DePalma stepping in. Greathouse comes out, tagging in is Bria Vrilla. Cats trail by 1. They need to win this set if they want to continue playing against the Warriors from the auxiliary gym. Vrilla. Mongaluzzo unable to dig it up from the back line. It was Kearns. It's now all tied up at 5 here. Bria Vrilla on the serve. That ball sent over. Played well. Dump off. Keeping it alive for the Lady Wildcats. Backhand by Anthony keeps it going. And unable to send it over. On the shot was Eli McPherson, defensive specialist. So Cats take a 1-point lead here. Vril on the serve again. Pop up. Shot comes in, and it's out of bounds. Smart move there by Peyton Ferraro to let it go out the back of the field of play. Bria Vrilla now on the serve again. Pop up. Hard spike up front, but the Great Wall of Greater Latrobe can't stand tall. Sensi Popovich and Prozdomic. And my apologies, Prozdomic is not on the hardwood. That's DePalma who steps in for Lady Warriors. Scrambling, keeping it moving. Havrilla, repack. And underneath the net was Mackenzie Myers. That's a point for the Warriors now. All tied up at 7. Set 4, and I mean, everything, even set 1 to an extent, was a battle from start to finish. Just showing you the level of intensity here from the auxiliary gym. That ball gets by the Cats. Now trail by 1 here. Sensi on the serve. Set up. Nice dish there by Savannah Repack. Substitutions now for the Penn Trafford Warriors. Ava Rain coming on to the hardwood now. All tied up at 8 here. The Cats won set number 3. Kiara Mongaluzzo. Wanting the Cats to get set. Send over by Anthony. And they're going to give the points to the Cats. They're going to say that the Warriors got a touch on it. And Coach Taylor McDonald is flabbergasted on the sideline. Coach Wilszewski is stone cold. Good block down front by Savannah Repack, the junior, for the Lady Wildcats. Dishing it off lightly. The Cats have now pulled to a 2-point lead. Mongaluzzo to set, making sure all the Lady Wildcats are set as well. And that serve goes out of bounds for Kiara Mongaluzzo. Substitutions now for the Lady Wildcats. Coming on now is Josie Schubert, the sophomore outside hitter. Serve there by Anthony. Pop up. Hard spike. Battling for it. Pop up. Singing over as Piper. Ferraro tried to keep it going, but not quite. Mackenzie Myers saying that the referee blew a call. I'm not sure what the call was. Possibly, she may have said that Piper had a hand over the net, but I cannot confirm that from my spot here on the sideline. Shot comes in. Cats trying to keep it alive, and they do. Schobert dug up well on Mongaluzzo and dumped off there over the top by Piper. Dished it off right in front of Savannah Repack. Anthony, Mongaluzzo. Mongaluzzo really making her presence felt on the defensive side for the Cats. Oh, Ferraro trying to get there. And she mouthed while picked up by Bria Vrilla. That ball was out. And the Cats trying to slow this game down as they had a 2-point lead, and now 4 straight points scored by the Warriors, and the Cats are looking at a 2-point deficit here at set number 4. And make that a 3-point deficit as the serve by Anthony, as she is smiling ear to ear, causes Coach Volszewski to take a timeout. Quick timeout here on the Wildcats Network as well. We'll be right back after these short messages. Coming up next from the auxiliary gym here at Greater Latrobe High School.
I am the swiftest creature alive. I can make it. I will make it.
That's where we come in. The Collision Shop by Jason Mignon is your one-stop shop for all things auto body repair. Our experienced technicians and state-of-the-art facilities have you covered. Body repairs, refinishing, glass replacement, and more. Our friendly office staff is happy to assist you through every step of your vehicle's repair process. Visit thecollisionshopbyjason.com for our complete list of services.
Thank you, Jason Mignon and the Collision Shop, for sponsoring the Wildcats Network. Lady Wildcats trail by 3 here, causing Coach Wlashevsky to take a timeout. So now the Cats. Nice dish off there, the finesse by Mackenzie Myers, the senior. Earning the Cats a point there out of the timeout, and now Savannah Repack back to serve. And something I was mentioning before the Cats gave up a point to the Warriors is that Kiara Mongaluzzo, the senior, being an anchor in all facets for the team, leading the Cats in kills so far tonight, and also having a presence felt on the defensive side as well. Oh, can they keep it alive? Too many touches for the Warriors. Cats now only trail by 1. Repack now back to serve. Played by Anthony. Dumped off. Savannah Repack keeping it going. Lost in the rafters. Oh, and Repack can't send it over. The ball was dug up well by Repack, and it was sent into the rafters. So Warriors are back to a 2-point lead. And back to serve is the libero De Palma. Block up front. That defensive front for the Warriors, carrying the defensive blocking load tonight. I believe they're going to credit that block to Ella McDonald up front. Shot comes in, and another block there for Ella McDonald. Warriors pulling to a 4-point lead here over Lady Wildcats. They got a 5-point lead back in set number 1 to close it out. Cats now only trail by 3. Substitutions now. Bria Vrilla coming out, and coming onto the hardwood is Lily Grayhouse. From the outside here position. Now back to serve is Mackenzie Myers. The knee sleeve helping me out. Myers. Greathouse. Now dumped off by McDonald. Myers sends it over. Schobert drops it down. Mackenzie Myers taking the blame on the missed block. Schobert sending that one in. She has been dangerous here from the near side, outside the inner position. Back to serve now is Aliyah McPherson for the Lady Warriors. Her serve right into the net. Cats 14-17 here. 8 points are all it stands between the Warriors and their what will be a joyous bus ride home after beating Lady Wildcats in their first meetup of the season. Why that's so crucial is because the next time the Cats see the Warriors in this season, or at least for the regular season, will be at Warriors country. The missile sent in by Mongaluzzo cannot be corralled on the far side by McPherson. Cats trail by 2. Injury timeout taken by the Cats. Timeout taken by Coach Wlashevsky. So we'll take a actually, we're going to keep it here because I imagine it's going to be a very short timeout. As we see, at least I see. I don't think you guys can see from your screens at home. Mackenzie Myers taking the wrap off of her foot. I'm not sure if Coach Wlashevsky is taking the timeout. for the wrap. 20 seconds left on the clock for Coach Volsevsky to get the wrap off of Mackenzie Myers. I imagine he's going to have to substitute in, and he does. Substitutes in Ferraro as Mackenzie Myers tries to get the wrap back on her foot. Back to serve for the Cats is Mia Myers. Peyton Ferraro is stepping in. Up to the plate right now is Lizzie Haichu, who steps in. Mackenzie Myers. I've never seen Lily Haichu before, the junior outside hitter listed on the list. She steps in on the near side. Haichu again getting her first varsity minutes here for Coach Volsevsky. The outside hitter. No, she's going to go into a defensive specialist position. And a scramble for the Warriors to try to keep it in bounds. Lady Wildcats now tie it. They trail by 1 here. My apologies. Got too excited. And stepping out is Haichu, and stepping onto the hardwood right now is Mackenzie Myers. Serve, corralled. Soft touch play by Myers. Mongaluza dumps it off. Oh, hard shot. Mongaluza can't get the corral it, and Ella McDonald earns another kill on the night for the Lady Warriors. Kenzie Myers still fighting with her shoe here on the near side. And now the serve to come from the Lady Warriors. And somebody who I'm guessing from the student section making their presence felt here. The Dent showing up. And Ashley Denneker steps out, and stepping in is Savannah Repack, who has put on a show here for our viewers at home. Dug by Myers to the other Myers. Mongaluzo gets a net violation there. She came flying in and couldn't bring herself back down to earth. So Warriors just need 6 to take the short bus ride back to Penn Trafford with a victory. 7-19 here. On the serve, it's Maines. Her serve goes out of bounds. I don't know who's providing the extra special effects here at the auxiliary gym, but it's working to the Cats' benefits. I hope it continues. That's one of my favorite things, folks, about high school sports. And one of the things I love about watching college sports is the student section involvement. It's arguably one of our favorite things. Dump off. Pop up. Sent over. Cats keeping it alive. Pop up. Sending it back over. Digging it up is Ferraro. Good block there. That's a point for the Cats. Kira Mongaluzo with another kill. And we tie it up at 19. Cats rolling. Bria Vrilla back to serve now. Dug up. Pop up. That ball sent over. Myers. It keeps going. Kept alive by Savannah Repack in front of the net. Dump off. Kept it going is Maines. Or is Myers. And the other Myers scores. Cats take a 1-point lead. And a timeout is taken by the Warriors. So we're going to take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have the continuation of set number 4 coming up next here on the Wildcats Network.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner. Legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Thanks, Chris. Folks, Chris Beddick, your local State Farm agent and the voice of Greater Latrobe Ice Cats hockey. As I mentioned, if you go to our website, wildcatsnet.com, go to our schedule, you'll see that we've updated it with all of the currently projected Ice Cats regular season games on our website. Our first one, I believe, is October 3rd. That's a Thursday. Point Cats! 4 points away from forcing set number 5. Anyway, as I was saying, I believe our first Greater Latrobe Varsity Ice Cats ice hockey game is on October 3rd. Ferraro, and that ball is kept going somehow. Avrilla, pop-up, sent over by Anthony. Soft touch there, doesn't go over. Warriors cut it to a 1-point lead. But again, October 3rd, we'll have our first Ice Cats broadcast from Kirk S. Nevin Arena. If you can't be there to join us, again, you'll be able to watch it on the WildcatsNet.com, Facebook, and YouTube page of the Wildcats Network. Continue on set number 4. That shot comes in by Savannah Repack, and it stays in bounds. Cats 2-point lead here. The Lady Wildcats are feeling themselves. On the bench, Carly Clark, arguably the most excited cat on the bench for the Cats lead. Mongaluzzo taking her time, sends over the serve. Anthony played by Ferraro. Myers blocked up front, and it's out of bounds. Cats 23-20. Need 2 to force set number 5. Mongaluzzo on the serve. Warriors kept it going. Starting to lose my voice. I'm not going to have anything to commentate for tomorrow night's broadcast from Rossi Field. And that goes out of bounds. Goes off the forearm of Mackenzie Myers. Substitutions now coming off for the Warriors. Josie Schobert stepping in on the near side from her outside hitter position. Gotta turn up my headset a little bit so I can stop shouting. Pop up. Played by De Palma. Light touch. Block up front. Savannah Repack. Cats need 1 to force set 5. Savannah Repack sent that light touch back to the sender up front. Played. Schobert. Mongaluzzo. Left hand touch. Cats for set number 5. The left hand dump off there by the Cats will force set number 5 as the Lady Wildcats look to perform the nigh impossible reverse sweep from the den. We're going to take a quick break here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have set number 5 from the Wildcats Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats!
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Radio Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin from Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.
I think we can agree it's been a crazy year for everyone. And we here at Latrobe Auto Group want you to know that we're in this together and we're here for you. Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Hyrak and I'm the finance manager here at the dealership. During the past year, we've all seen some pretty crazy things. Maybe your credit's been affected by some of those things. You should know that no matter what your credit situation is, great credit, good credit, bad credit, or no credit, Latrobe Auto Group wants to be your dealer and we specialize in credit challenges. Our credit team is just waiting to put you in a new car or truck that will start building your credit today and get you moving in the right direction. No matter what you've heard, our lot is stocked with new, pre-owned, and certified pre-owned cars and trucks. Vehicles that not only fall in line with the bank's parameters, but your budget. So whatever's been holding you back, put it aside, come on in, and together we can make it happen.
And we're back here for set number 5. For those who want to hear about other sports here on the Wildcats Network, our sports analyst and sports correspondent Richard Hillwig reminding me that the Wildcats varsity boys soccer team just won their match over at Varsity Field tonight over PT, a much-needed section win for the Cats as they get ready to hit the road and travel all the way out to Panthers Stadium and take on the Franklin Regional Panthers. Roman Agostoni with the lone goal on the night for the Wildcats. And again, as somebody who has been following the varsity boys soccer team pretty extensively, it's not surprising. In every game that the Cats have won, Roman Agostoni has scored at least one goal. So great for the boys varsity soccer team. Let's see if the girls varsity volleyball team can bring it on home here in set number 5 from, again, the auxiliary gym at Greater Latrobe High School. DePalma for Penn Trafford to start us off here at set number 5. Can the Lady Wildcats perform the reverse sweep? And out of bounds. Cats start out with a point here. For those who are a little new to varsity volleyball, set number 5, you just need 15 points rather than 25, and you need to win by 2. So let's see if the Cats can score 25 or can score 15 here in set number 5. Pop up. Miscommunication. That ball ends up what could be described as over by the pool here at Greater Latrobe. The Wildcats up by 2. Mia Myers. And folks, I will say I'm looking over at the student down on the backside. I see some other Latrobe athletes, one of them being number 10 for the Greater Latrobe Gridiron Wildcats, the quarterback and strong safety. That is the one and only John Wetzel over there supporting the Lady Wildcats. And I also see, point there, Lady Wildcats. Scoring that is Ashley Deneker. My apologies, but you see there John Wetzel in the front in the black t-shirt, and then beside him in the long sleeve blue, that is ace pitcher for the Wildcats baseball team. Send that ball over, and it stays inbound. That's a point for Lady Warriors, who trail by 1. That's Luke Nightpar-Smith, the ace for the Cats varsity baseball team. looking to lead the Cats back to the promised thing at Wild Things Stadium. Pop-up. Shot comes in. It's dropped down in front. Point Warriors. They tie the Cats at 3. Both teams need 12, so walk away with set number 5 and walk away with a victory here in the auxiliary gym. Again, the Cats could really do with a victory here, as they are going to have to see the Warriors again in Warrior country. Speaking of Penn Trafford, as a little side note, the boys varsity soccer team, if you want to go back and watch that, it is still available. Westmoreland Sports Network, I do believe, was at that game and broadcasted it. So you can watch that game with the Westmoreland Sports Network. Or I believe that Zach Hyde in the Greater Latrobe Athletics had it captured on the Pixelot. So you can go back and watch that game. Miscommunication there. Warriors tie it up here at 4. Substitutions now coming on for the Penn Trafford Warriors. That's number 17, Cameron Piper. And back to serve is Ella Maines. Ferraro digs it up. Kept alive and out of bounds. Warriors take a 1-point lead here from the Den. Or not from the Den, the auxiliary gym. My apologies. I'm getting back into it. We'll be back in the Den before you guys know it. I know that the maintenance team here at Greater Latrobe are an incredible group of people and have working tirelessly so we can get back to the Den. Shot comes in, dug up. Pop-up sends it over. Up. Shot over, and I think they're going to call it in bounds. They do. I thought that was a little bit more on the line from my position here on the near side. But Warriors take a 2-point lead here. All they need is 9. Pop-up. Shot comes in. Blocked up front. Cameron Piper once again. And a timeout is taken by Coach Volshevsky. I think we're going to take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. When we come back, we're going to have the final set from the auxiliary gym coming up next.
Touchdown! You win at Bardini's.
Number 1 for meats.
Bardini's in Crabtree. Best meats. Proud to repeat.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Thanks, Chris, folks. Chris Beddick, the voice of Ice Cats hockey. As my voice starts to taper a little bit. Warriors 8, Cats 4 here. Penn Trafford only 7 points away from sending the Cats packing. Well, not packing, but, you know, the Warriors will go packing. And that's an ace! Penn Trafford is rolling right now as the Cats are scrambling to try to find an answer. They have given up 6 unanswered points here. It's set number 5. Can the Cats stop the onslaught? Dug up. Mongaluzzo. It's blocked up front. Meyer sends it into play. Block up front. And out of bounds. Savannah Repack making her presence felt up front. Substitutions now. De Palma coming out to the hardwood now for the Penn Trafford Warriors. Rhea Vrilla. 9-5 is the score here in set number 5. And it's blocked by the Lady Wildcats, now only trail by 3. 6-9 is your score here in set number 5. Avrilla. Pop up. Out of bounds. Kylie Anthony. Puts a little bit too much mustard on it. Lady Wildcats stay out of the way. Sydney Quinn had to make sure she stayed out of the way of that. Anthony blocked up front. Avrilla, Myers, McKenzie. McKenzie got a little bit too much underneath that. But they're going to get that point to the Cats. They're going to say that the Warriors got underneath it. And to stop the run for the Cats, the 4-point run. Another timeout is taken by the Penn Trafford Warriors. Not too long ago, we took a break, so we're going to keep it here on the Wildcats Network. Again, a tip of the hat to the Cats trying to fight back and try to earn the reverse sweep, which is, again, in varsity volleyball, whether it's girls or boys, is quite a tall task. Again, for the Lady Wildcats in their season, it would be best if they could get that here tonight at the auxiliary gym, because again, the next time they meet the Penn Trafford Warriors will be in Warriors country, and that is not a place that you walk in and just win. That's a battle right there. Anthony blocked up front. They're going to say it went out of bounds off the Cats. Warriors hit double digits. All they need is 5. Fresh legs coming on now to the hardwood. Sensi. And McPherson coming on now. Served by Sensi. Dug up by Ferraro. Mongalusa popped up. Dug up by DePalma. Dump off. Oh, and a block up front. Cameron Piper. Block again. 11-8 here. And another timeout is taken by Coach Volshevsky. So we'll take a timeout as well here on the Wildcats Network. We'll be right back after this short message from the auxiliary gym at Greater Latrobe High School.
I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for all that you do officiating high school football.
What you do matters, and what you do is important for our student athletes.
Without you and what you do, it's just practice.
I know you've worked hard in your preparation this offseason, and now it's game time.
Go out there and call them like you see them.
Embrace the grind.
And the biggest thing of all is to have fun.
Please, stay safe, have a great season, and we'll all be watching.
Some words from the many referees at the Professional Football League, giving a tip of the hat to the referees here. No matter what WPIAL referees are, no matter who the referees from the WPIAL are refereeing, whether that is soccer, football, or even girls volleyball, we appreciate them because, yes, the referees are paid, but folks, I'm being totally honest, this is basically volunteer work for them. And it is, and we're very thankful here on the Wildcats Network that we have the referees that we have here. That's a point for Lady Wildcats coming out of the timeout. They've been great with that. 9-11 is the score. Lady Wildcats trail by 2. Back to serve is Kiara Mongalusa, the senior, who has stepped up in a big way tonight for the Lady Wildcats. She was one of our Cats of mention during our St. Vincent College pregame show. That ball coming right at us. That's a point for the Cats. A two-hand touch. Called on Olivia Popovich. So now the Cats only trail by 1 after having a lead. Kiara Mongaluso on the serve. Pop-up Warriors. Out of bounds. They're going to say that somebody on the back line got a hand on it. The Warriors take a 2-point lead here. Substitutions coming on now for the Lee Warriors. Out comes Kearns. And on comes Josie Schopert here on the near side. A force to be reckoned with in terms of scoring for the Lady Warriors. Block comes in. Schopert went back on a defensive play. And when the ball dropped into her section up front, she was nowhere to be found. So Cats trail by 1 here as Savannah Repack goes back to serve for the Lady Wildcats. Repack is a junior who saw limited playing time last season and now is really having her presence felt here as a namesake in the front line. Pop up. Myers, and it's out of bounds on the back line. So the Warriors now are 2 points away from taking this game, game number 1 of the series between the Warriors and the Lady Wildcats. Block, Floro can't take it up. It's a 3-point game here. Game point here from the auxiliary gym. Warriors 14, Cats 11, 1 point. Dump off block, and that's it! Penn Trafford Warriors walk away with a victory here over the Lady Wildcats. And that will do it here from the auxiliary gym. Lady Wildcats fight hard, but it's all for naught as the Penn Trafford Warriors win 3-2 from the auxiliary gym. Next matchup for the Warriors. They will return back to Warriors country to play Hempfield. And for the Lady Wildcats, their next matchup is that they will hit the road and go and play at Plum and face off against the Plum Mustangs. Our next broadcast is tomorrow night from Rossi Field. For my camera operator, Richard Hillwig, thank you, Richard, as always, for all of your hard work for the Wildcats Network. I'm Tristan Borland, signing it off here from the auxiliary gym at Greater Latrobe, wishing all of you at home a wonderful rest of your evening.
Hi, I'm Chris Beddick, agent for State Farm Insurance, located conveniently on Route 981 here in Latrobe. We proudly offer auto, home, renters, life, and small business insurance since 2001. Need a good neighbor? Chris Beddick is there. Go Wildcats.
Valley Dairy Restaurants. You never had it so good. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, legendary ice cream. In Latrobe, the Valley Dairy Restaurant on Colony Lane. Go Wildcats!
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Wildcat Den. LHTC Media Crew bringing you tonight's game.
Short notice, preparing for a good team like this isn't easy, but this is our style of basketball.
Greater Latrobe starts out the evening with a pin. From Palmer Airport in Latrobe, live streamed by LHTC Media.
You've been watching the Wildcat Network on LHTC Media.